This is the Greg Bedard Patriots Podcast with Nick Cattles.
We have to talk about Matthew Judon and his future with the Patriots. What I know is he may be playing nice publicly, and he has. He has said all the right things. And if you want to believe him, take him at his word, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. What I can tell you is from the people that I've talked to, he is not going to play under his current contract. At least for the Patriots. I can't talk about any place else. That's my understanding. I don't know exactly what's been communicated to the team, but that's my understanding. You could also put Devon Godchow in that bucket. So the question gets in, what do you want to do with Matthew Judon? Do you want to extend him? Do you want to give him a short-term raise? Would you rather trade him to a contender or somebody who wants to pay him? All those options, I would think, are currently on the table for the Patriots. Here's where I am right now. I would be in favor, as of this moment, of giving him a bump, $3-4 million for this year, something like that, to get him to around 10. Just because I think he's a very good player. I think that Gerard Mayo is going to want his defense to show out. It's his baby, just like it was Belichick's. And quite frankly, the defense is going to be the way this team competes. So why would you hurt that, at least in the near term? And the other thought is, all right, you just let Judon, say you let him play out the deal. He leaves, you get a comp pick. He's going to be, 33 at that time. I don't know what kind of contract he's going to command. But you could let him walk. You would get a comp pick in 2026. Here's where I am on that. So I would prefer to have Judon because I do think the defense and this team has a chance to at least compete and learn how to compete. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even though they're not winning the Super Bowl this year, starting the train on the tracks to that is important. And Judon could be one of those guys who does that. Maybe you just hold on to him and trade him at the deadline. If you get there and you see, all right, it's not happening for us this year, that would be a good time. When are you going to get more for him? Probably this summer, especially if a contender, somebody who perceives themselves as a contender, gets through training camp, gets to the preseason and says, man, our pass rush is not good enough. We could really use a boost. Or a contender suffers an injury to one of their prime edge guys. Now, all of a sudden, somebody gets desperate. You could get something. Waiting for the trade deadline, yeah, it could happen, but might not because they know it's a rental. There's no guarantee that Judon's going to stick around after the season. So, but look, the big piece of the puzzle for me here is, all right, what else do the Patriots have? Keon White is a big component of this. If he continues to look like he did in the offseason and he looks like, all right, this guy needs to play. He needs to start and play. Where is that going to be? Is that going to be opposite Judon? Are you going to sit Anthony Jennings and Josh Uche? Are you going to sit Dietrich Wise, who it seemed like Keon White had passed last year, but it looks like White is in a little different position this year in this scheme, standing up more of a sort of Leo linebacker in this scheme. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the PrizePicks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. With the finals over, the hoop action doesn't stop on PrizePicks. Women's basketball is still heating up with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese looking to make names for themselves alongside greats like Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson, you could win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out. Just the other day, I took Caitlin Clark for more than 3.5 3-points made and Breanna Stewart for more than 23 points. Plus, I went over to baseball because you all know I like baseball. Kyle Schwarber for more than 9 hitter fantasy score and Bryce Miller for more than 4 pitcher strikeouts. It's a lot of fun. You got to get in on this. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Definitely a worthwhile conversation, and I think it's something that's going to evolve over the course of the summer, right up until probably the season. What do they want to do? I think some of the guys like Ximenes, Bradley King, Russell, I think Ximenes looks like, he has a chance. He flashed at times in the offseason. So, maybe you just decide to get younger there. Maybe the Patriots take the drastic route and just get younger across the board and they part with Matthew Judon and Dietrich Wise. I don't think that's totally out of the realm of possibility. 2 pretty big personalities in that locker room. I could see Wise being a career Patriot, and I wouldn't hate that. He's a good dude to have around, certainly a leader on this team. But as of right now, I have Matthew Judon on the roster. That is certainly up for debate, and I think will be a rolling conversation as we go.